You want to save your first $1,000? Good, you're in the right place, because that's the first band, and that's the hardest one to get. And once you get it, getting money feels like it's impossible to not get, And today I'm gonna help you show, show you step by step how you hit that goal faster than you think. Even if you're broke right now, it's okay. Don't worry. My name is TNL, and welcome to the fastest way to save your first $1,000. Saving $1,000 isn't necessarily about being rich. It's about getting control. Control of your time, control of, the energy you put into your life, just everything. It's about proving yourself that you can just handle money. Because if you can't save $1,000, how are you going to save $10,000, $50,000, $100,000, $1 million? This is the level 1 boss of personal finance, and we're about to beat it together. Step 1, mindset. Because most people think saving is about deprivation and, starving yourself of buying yourself coffees and things like that. It's not. It's about building freedom. When you have $1,000 saved, you stop panicking over little emergencies like a flat tire, a random bill, a night you have to cover an expense, maybe for rent or something, or you're saying you're hungry. So before we talk tactics, decide that this is a non-negotiable. You can't get over, around it, or under it without having a good mindset. Treat saving like paying a bill, because future you is depending on the money being there. Remember that. Future you, future your wife, future your husband, depending who you are, it doesn't matter. Your future kids, think about it. Maybe even your mom, your dad, these people, at times you might have to cough something up, and you have to be prepared for said transaction to occur, or said scenario to occur. You got to know where your money's going. You can't save money you can't find. Pull up your bank app, your credit card app, whatever you use, Robinhood, anything, which is what I use, Robinhood or Fidelity, whatever you need, whatever you use, and look at the last 30 days. Add up every single dollars. This is an actionable step. Add up every single dollar you spent on food, coffee, rent, like an Amazon order, DoorDash, a subscription. This is the part that hurts, but it's a good kind of pain, because you'll find $50 here, $80 there, $120 on stuff you barely remember buying, and you might not even have used too much. And that's your first clue of where the $1,000 is hiding from you, and hiding from your bank account, like it's terrified. You don't have to live like a monk. There's quick cuts that add up. Just trim the big leaks. Here are the fastest cuts that add up quick in your spending. There's food, and a simple fix for this could be to cook 3 to 4 meals at home instead of eating out. If you live at home, you're probably covered on this one. So anything extra is just you being, I wouldn't say impulsive. You're probably hungry, which I understand, but you got to think about the future. And let's say if you're moved out, obviously cooking is definitely the method. You definitely save a lot more money cooking, and you'll probably not think that at first, but you'll come to soon find out that is the case. Subscriptions. Cancel what you're not using, please. And you have to keep track of what is taking out of your account each month. There's impulse buys. Wait 24 hours before buying anything. That's not essential. Like shoes, or shoes are essential, but what kind of shoes are we talking? Let's say you're a hooper. Just wait, you know what I'm saying? Be patient, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time you won't even want it anymore. You probably want them hoop shoes, but if you got some perfectly good ones, just chill with those until those are literally incapable of using. which is how you should go about it. Don't buy something unless you desperately need to buy it, because it could affect with your health. You know what I'm saying? You might not go out and play as much and be outside and or be in the gym as much. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have these certain things. So it is important, but just be cautious about what you're spending your money on. Transportation, carpool, bike, or plan errands together to save money, gas money in specific. But if you have your own car, you kind of just have to, do what you do. But don't try to save your trips. Try to get multiple things knocked out in the trip so you don't have to keep going out, keep spending that money, keep doing what you're doing. And why not? Even just these trims can free up $200 to $300 a month, which might not seem a lot, but in like 4 to 5 months, that's your $1,000. So like, we haven't even touched making extra money yet. So just cutting basic things out of your day can save you a lot of extra money. Another thing, you gotta make it automatic. The biggest cheat code to saving is make it automatic. How can I automate this money coming in and coming out? Set up an automatic transfer. $10 a day, $50 a week, whatever you can do, into separate saving accounts you don't touch. Let's say a high yield savings account that will give you interest on your money coming back to you. When the money automatically moves, you don't get a chance to spend it at first, but you force yourself to live with what's left, which will create scarcity and which will make you very more hungry to go get more, which is good. And you'll be shocked at how fast it stacks up when you're waiting for quote unquote extra money to save. Like leaving your money in a high yield savings will get you like so much more of a return on your money than just leaving it in a normal bank account. Or putting your money in stocks, it'll give you so much higher capital gains than just leaving it in a regular account, depending on which stock you put your money in. Or if you put your money in crypto, that's very dependent. Mainly Bitcoin. If we're talking crypto, earn extra cash quick. Cutting expenses is one step, but I've heard from a lot of very you could say, I guess, sort of wealthy people that cutting your expenses is only going to do so much, but earning extra speeds it up crazy fast. Here are realistic ways for you to add $200 to $500 fast without waiting for a raise from your current job. You can flip stuff. Let me reiterate what that means. You can sell shoes, clothes, technology you don't use, or maybe an old phone, computer. Go to the Facebook Marketplace to use that. To do that, go to eBay, Depop. These are some things you can use. Side gigs, you know what I'm saying? DoorDash, Uber Eats, Instacart. Even 5 hours a week is extra money, And I know there's various companies to where you can kind of work and do certain things to get you some money, and it could be different wherever you live. I'll say you can freelance. If you know how to edit videos, you can do graphic designs. And if you don't know how to do that and you want to get into it, you can watch a course and you can learn how to do that. It's simply, you can tutor. If you say you're a pretty smart person, help somebody else do their homework, you know what I'm saying? And you already know the material, so it's really just easy work, to be honest for you, I feel like. You can write post work on Fiverr or Upwork. These are like some sites to use that people pay you to, you know what I'm saying, do your work for them, or whatever thing they need you to do for them. It's very, very sporadic. Not sporadic, but it's very broad things you can do on there. So it's very good for you. You can really expand your ideas there. So you can do some weekend hustles, you know what I'm saying, some yard work, some car detailing, babysitting, pet sitting, you know what I'm saying, possibly People just pay for convenience, things that can save them time. Like just find a business or really anybody. People just would love for you to do things for them, and they'll give you money in return for it. Now, make sure we're staying in some legal lines. Let's not do anything too crazy. But every $20, $50, $100 you make from a side gig going straight into the savings account, it's like XP. You're stacking. You're getting towards level 1,000, you know what I'm saying, in terms of money. Create a game out of it. You just gotta make it fun. You know what I'm saying? Treat it like a challenge. Like, just track your progress visually. Like, just keep track of your accounts. Keep going to the calculator, adding it up. How much do we got right now? How much are we gonna have after we do these things? What are your expenses? What can you lower your expenses? Get a whiteboard. Write $1,000 at the top of it. Or 100,000, a million, and fill it in every time you add $50 or $100. Just see the progress that keeps you motivated when you want to quit. You don't have to do that. You could do something in your notes in your phone. I would recommend writing it down, because writing it down is better than typing it in your phone, because you'll easily get distracted by other things and might not keep 100% of your attention on it. But writing it down keeps it in the forefront and just keeps it right there, so you see it every time and you're always reminded. Avoid self-sabotage traps. Now, here's when we get into where people mess up. They save $300 and they blow it because they quote unquote earned it. No. The $1,000 is your emergency fund, not your vacation money. The other trap is thinking it's too slow. Even when you only save $50 a month, keep going. Small stacks turn into big stacks when you're consistent. Consistency is another thing that's very important in this whole thing. And don't compare yourself to others. Just focus on your own $1,000 goal. Comparison kills momentum. A good quote that would go with this is, comparison is the thief of joy. And I feel like that perfectly aligns with all of this right here. Level up after the 1,000. Once you hit 1,000 or quote unquote your necessary goal, don't stop. This is just level 1. Now you can aim for 3 months of expenses saved, start investing, or start funding a bigger goal, which could be like a company you want to start, or a side project you want to get into. That first $1,000 isn't just cash. It's proof you can trust yourself with money. That confidence will bleed into everything else, your work, your decisions, your opportunities, and it'll just fluorescently bloom into something beautiful. So that's a play. My call out to action to you would be, just find where your money's going, trim the fat, automate the savings, stack extra cash, and make it a game until you hit $1,000. Like, life is literally just a game. If you think about it like that, you're gonna have a lot more fun, and it's gonna be a lot easier to go day by day. Once you do, you'll never see the money the same way again, because you build the kind of discipline to control it. If this helped, hit the sub button, hit the like button. We're building the next generation of people to take control of their lives, their money, and their future. This is TNL, and we got no XP wasted.